Hello and a very warm welcome to this edition of Business at 9. I'm Vikram coming to you live from our studios in Mumbai with all the big buzzing business and political stories of the day. The big political story that we've got you covered for is about AAP's Sanjay Singh. Sanjay Singh has been granted bail. This after spending 6 months in jail in the alleged liquor scam case. Interestingly, the Enforcement Directorate did not oppose his bail, but the Supreme Court did pose some tough questions on their part. On the other hand, you have the Prime Minister taking on what Rahul Gandhi has said in that big gathering that took place of the opposition parties, and the Prime Minister took Rahul Gandhi head on. This 2 days after the Congress MP has warned India that the country will burn if the BJP tried to change the constitution.
कांग्रेस के शाही परिवार के शाहजादे ने ऐलान किया है कि अगर देश ने तीसरी बार बीजेपी सरकार को चुनी, आग लग जाएगी। 60 साल तक देश पर राज करने वाले 10 साल सत्ता से बाहर क्या रह गए? अब देश में आग लगाने की बात कर रहे हैं। क्या ये आग लगाने वाली भाषा लोकतंत्र की भाषा है? ऐसे लोगों को सजा करोगे? पक्की सजा करोगे? चुन चुन करके साफ कर दो। इस बार इनको मैदान में मत रहने दो भाइयों।
The Prime Minister taking on Rahul Gandhi, and about the language of democracy, that statement coming through. Let's decode what's happening on the political front in the political slugfest that perhaps should be expected before general elections. Neerja Choudhary, journalist and political commentator, joining us along with political analyst Vinit Goenka. Great to have you both this evening. My question to you first, Vinit Goenka. How significant is this bail that has come through for Sanjay Singh from the Supreme Court in the alleged liquor scam case? How does the bail and what the Supreme Court has said in the matter affect the BJP's image among the electorate ahead of the polls?
You, Ram to my co-panelists and all the audience who are watching us right now. It's good that he has got a bail, but bail is not an entitlement. Bail has been granted to him because ED did not oppose that particular bail, A. B, and as rightly said by the judge presiding over the case, that it cannot be used as a precedence. It has just been given because there's no opposition by the ED. Number 3 is, he was there in the jail for always 180 days, been denied bail earlier. That shows that there is some merits in the case. A. I think he has to go back and also rethink and let the agencies know what he knows, so that the probe will take less time, the public exchequer will not lose money. And as far as AAP Party goes, there are 2 senior leaders, Sishodia ji and Satyendra Jain. They have been in jail over a year, denied bail multiple times. That also shows that there is some merit in the case. Finally, I will say, with the release of Sanjay Singh on bail, today the palace feud within the AAP Party has increased. With Atishi ji and Saurabh, and also now Sunita Kejriwal ji eyeing the post of CM. There is a 4th contender in that. So I don't know whether Aam Aadmi Party is really happy or they have increased their palace feud.
This across to Neerja Choudhary as well. Neerja Choudhary, in your understanding, what has happened in the Supreme Court today, this bail coming through for Sanjay Singh, how significant do you think this is going to be, coming as it is in the wake of what is happening with Arvind Kejriwal right now?
Look, I think Arvind Kejriwal's arrest in the middle of an ongoing election has created, a sense of that, it's too much happening. I went to the Ramlila grounds where the rally was held, and there is a general sense, also talking to people in Delhi. So there may be a growing sympathy for Aam Aadmi Party as a result in the middle of elections in Delhi, where the BJP had got 7 out of 7 Lok Sabha seats last time. Now, the significant part of the bill today is that the ED did not oppose it, as has been said. Now, has this been done in order to defuse a situation which could politically build up to favor the AAP and the Congress alliance? I know the BJP is very quick, in its reflexes. When things seem to be going wrong, it tries to put correctives in place. So, if you decode it politically, that's the way I would look at it. Now, will it have implications for the other 3 Aam Aadmi Party leaders who are in prison, including the Chief Minister of Delhi? That remains to be seen. What the view the Supreme Court takes. Suppose the ED opposes their bail. Then what happens? The Prevention of Money Laundering Act has been strengthened to deny bail in 2008, as we all know. So I think it may not happen automatically unless the Supreme Court takes a strong view on it. So does Kejriwal also get bail before the elections are over? Does Manish Sisodia get bail? Those are the questions that are being asked today. Atishi has said more Aam Aadmi Party leaders will go to jail from the information they've got. But the contest in Delhi and the ripple effect of Arvind Kejriwal's arrest are something to watch in the coming days.
Does the electorate have the sympathy for Aam Aadmi Party, and is the BJP trying to diffuse the situation from that sympathy for the Aam Aadmi Party that could be getting generated, like Neerja Choudhary is saying? Vinit Goenka, as far as you're concerned, when you look at what the Prime Minister has said, he is, of course, at one level, perhaps taking what Neerja Choudhary is saying, maybe trying to diffuse this particular situation, but is taking on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi head-on that remark that the country will be on fire if the BJP wins the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. He's asked, rhetorically of course, is this the language of democracy? What are your largest takeaways from that?
Yeah, before I answer you on this question, I would like to reply back or comment on what Honorable Neerja ji said right now. See, the common man is also worried, Neerja ji. I would request the way you went to Ramlila to go to Silampur, to Kondli, Badarpur, all these, downtowns where the mother is worried because the 19-year-old kid has taken to liquor. The daughter is worried because the father comes home drinking. Suppose this, policy has come in place. So my request to you is that spare some time to go to these places where the situations at home is very bad now after this liquor policy has come. And I would also request you, because you're a very senior person, to comment on the move where the then Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia had done a presentation on equitable distribution of liquor. So that were not responsible act, I think. Well, anyways, now let me answer to your question, Vikramji. See, what Rahul Gandhi said is nothing but a sense of entitlement, a false sense of entitlement by a corrupt dynasty. He is just showing us the same, signals or same resemblance to what his grandmother did in 1975 by imposing emergency, throwing away all the tenets of, democracy, saying that ki hum aayenge to aag laga denge. We will take revenge with all those honest officers who have questioned our corruption, who are daring to ask us questions just because I'm grandson of Indira ji, I'm great-grandson of Jawaharlal ji, I'm great-great-grandson of, Motilal Nehru ji. Other than that, being a corrupt dynasty, does he have any other accolades to himself? I would like to get educated from the co-panelist or anybody who would like to educate me on particular parts.
Take that on, Neerja Choudhary. At this opposition mega rally that you said you've been at the Ram Leela Maidan, Rahul Gandhi has pointed at how 2 chief ministers have been sent to jail before the elections. That charge, how effective is this going to be in trying to thwart the BJP's electoral campaign?
Rahul Gandhi made valid points. His fears of the opposition that he expressed, that this is not a level playing field because as the Kejriwal and others have been arrested, Kejriwal in the middle of election, their bank accounts being frozen, the electoral bond issue, and he went over, which is a valid, legitimate right of any opposition leader to express those fears. Where he went, I think, where he shot himself in the foot, is when he said that if they come back to power, the BJP, they will change the constitution. And if that happens, aag lag jayegi desh mein. Now, that could have been worded, very differently. When I heard him, I thought, oh, this is not an opportunity the BJP is going to lose. They will latch on to it and counterattack, which they have done. And it is election season, and no political party will let go of an opportunity like that. And Prime Minister himself has, hit back today in very strong words. The Prime Minister has used strong words in other election campaigns, but this time it possibly even stronger when he's talked not just referring to Rahul as prince of a Shahi family, which is done in the past, but इनको चुन के साफ करो और मैदान में रहने नहीं दो. Those are very strong words. So I think Rahul's formulation, as has happened in the past, and people have called it Basha ka lafra, could have been done in a very different way. There were sharp ways of doing it, but different ways of doing it rather than the formulation he went in for. So it was avoidable.
This political rhetoric so far, the political crossfire, and this to you, Vinit Goenka, it involves charges of division of the country, of a north-south divide, the jailed political leaders, the Kacha Thivu island issue as well. If there was an overarching plank on which the BJP and the opposition are fighting these elections, what would you say that is? Is clarity emerging for voters on what issues this general election is being fought on?
See, there is a clarity in the minds of the voters whom they will vote. And today, Bharat has made its mood that they will vote for Narendra Modi for the third time. What is the issue? The issue is very simple. One side, there is development. Another side, there is a dynast who only entitles and talks about his dynasty and nothing else. Number two, let me give you some trivial examples and then I'll give you a major example. One trivial example is the building of more than 10.5 crore toilets. Was Manmohan Singh ji not aware that there is a plight and my sisters have to go in open for defecation? Was he not aware? There was no money in that era of 2004 to 2014? He did not do it. They did not take cognizance of the pain of the common man. When Neerja ji was talking about going to the Ramlila Maidan, she never mentioned that she has ever gone to this downtown Kondli, Badarpur and saw the plight of these people who have been drinking and their parents or their children.
I must here interrupt you. Since you mentioned it more than once, you have a right whether I've been to many Badarpurs in the 40 years I've done political coverage.
Yes.
Let me put that straight.
Madam, you're senior to me, so you have a right to interject, but I will never interject. But let me tell you, did you ever also get a chance, madam, to go to Turkman Gate, where 12-year-old Let me complete.
But certainly, Mr. Goenka, but the issue at this point in time...
Vikram, let me have my democratic right of completing my sentence, please. I have already been interjected by Neerja ji, which was not necessary. But anyway, I'm sure Neerja ji would have also visited Turkman Gate, where a 12-year Muslim guy was vacuostomy was done on that. For my Hindi viewers, Nazbandi
Mr. Goenka, this entire conversation, I'm afraid, I mean, we're going off on a tangent, sir.
That was the arrogance of Congress, doing vacuostomy on 2-year kids in Turkman Gate, ma'am. We'll have to talk about that to people also.
Mr. Goenka, and Neerja Choudhary, I'm afraid this is not the direction in which this conversation is expected to go. We are a business news channel. Our focus is on economic issues, on issues of development, and that's what I'm trying to understand from both of you. If we're striking the right kind of chord when the opposition and the BJP are going at each other, are any of these issues coming to the fore? Neerja Choudhary, I'm going to let you finish this entire conversation with a thought on this.
Book how Prime Minister decide whether Turkman Gate incident is also mentioned, but I have covered that 1977 election. And I've been to Turkman Gate and several other places, but leave that aside. We won't go into that. The discussion is not on that.
Let's not go into that.
But, the other thing that has happened where the BJP has used this incident, it was at Ramlila grounds, it was the entire show of unity by the opposition in their bloc. That's what came across very forcefully. But with this faux pas of Rahul, it's become a Rahul versus Modi battle again, which is what, which is to the advantage of Narendra Modi always.
So the personality clash, and that's something that we've done in the past as well. So how different is this election is something that we're watching very closely, and the kind of issues that are being raked up at this point in time, it seems like the slugfest is well and truly on. One expects that ahead of an election on which so much is riding. But of course, as far as development agenda goes, that's what we'd like to see more on the forefront. But that's, I'm afraid we're out of time, and we will carry on that part of the discussion in the future. Neerja Choudhary, Vinit Goenka, appreciate you joining us on this edition of Business at 9.